Greg Summers, president of True Ball Excel Archery, owner. My wife is 50% owner. We've got a new product for 2023. It is the first double sear release without a cocking bar. You say, why is that so new in technology? And the reason is because it's now firing from the bowstring side, the connection side, back to the trigger. So there's no longer a spring cocking bar that activates when you pull the trigger. It activates and allows that spring to then go off and open up the sears to fire the shot. Like the old traditional cocking bar, it fires the shot. As you touch the trigger, it makes the spring activate and then fires. So you got milliseconds of motion happening. This one, we've taken out that cocking bar and we still have the double sear, same exact adjustments, but it's now activating off the pull of the jaw. So if I pull this trigger, I can not even open that jaw until it hurts my finger because it takes 4 pounds to make that activation happen. It automatically resets. You don't have to reset because we've got this tri-sear bail. Tri-sear bail is more accurate than a side opening jaw. This one opens up sideways. The motion is sideways, so the string loop is pulled to a side. You can take it to a hooter shooter, lay it down on the table, flip it over, lay it down on the table and see the different impact. And this one throws the shot at 20 yards, 5/8 of an inch. It's kind of like a figure shooter. The loop is having to be moved in a direction opposite of directly at the bow, at the target. When you shoot this release and you flip it over and put it on the hooter shooter, you end up with 1/4 inch, only 1/8 of an inch of travel, of throw. So if I'm an archer and I want to be able to shoot, I have a little variance, especially in 3D or field archery where the stance is different. I'm only throwing the shot from that 1/8 of an inch off by my hand variance. If I'm 5/8, I'm throwing it quite a bit more off in that little hand variance, which makes me miss the line, be outside the line, because the product itself at 20 yards has a 5/8 inch variance of accuracy. When we do the testing, you can do it in your own hooter shooter on any release by taking that release, laying it on the table, shooting the shot sideways, flip it over, shoot the shot sideways, see how far your groups are off, the center of your group of arrows. This one will be 1 5/8, half of that is 1 1/4, half of that is 5/8 of an inch. This one will be 1/4 inch, half of that is 1/8 of an inch. So if I flip that over, it's from arrow group to arrow group is 1/4. I don't have much variance if I have any missing, so it's better for the archer that's not. Sarah Lopez is the #1 archer in the world shooting this blade release that at 20 yards throws 5/8 of an inch. At 50 meters, that's 55 yards, she's got almost 3 times that, but that's how consistent she is, always standing on level ground, always turning her hand exactly the same amount. So that's the reason that's more accurate in a jaw. Any release in the marketplace where the jaw goes toward the target is more accurate than any release in the marketplace where the jaw opens sideways. You can test it yourself. We do it for design. So when you see this activation of being the bow pressure making it fire, you're now firing from the front back to the trigger. You don't have any weight. It has to take 4 pounds, but when it fires, it's the most silent release in the industry. 10 decibels lighter sound than any release in the marketplace that we tested. Because it doesn't have the spring to be able to make the firing happen. It's not coming from the back moving to the front to open the jaw. It's coming from the front to the back to open the jaw. And it's not got any of that spring noise making those parts move. It's consistently more quiet, and it's more accurate with the jaw going toward the target when it opens instead of sideways when it opens. So that's the feature value of the new. We call this the hunting model. This is the all aluminum handle with the lesser cost trigger piece. When you get into the pro model of this, it becomes half brass, electroless silver covering the brass so that it doesn't tarnish, and then it gets the more expensive multi 3-axis adjustable knob that goes onto it for the trigger. So that's the new Trident and the Trident Pro.